everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina and it's Boxycharm day. Now I went back to Boxy Basic for right now. Well, I think Boxy Premium is great and I always do Boxy Luxe when it's available. It's really frustrating to me that right now, if you want to do Premium, you have to do Premium then switch back to Basic or get Basic and Boxy Luxe the same month, and that ends up being about 90 bucks, which is a bit pricey, frankly. So I don't like to do that. Instead, I'm gonna stick with the Basic box until they straighten that out so that I can just upgrade to Boxy Luxe when I have the Premium box, if that's what I want to do. Because I don't like this thing of where you have to sit there and mess with it, which is what I had to do this month, and my box is super late because of that. Boxy customer service has its issues, so my box looks a mess. It is a mess. I dropped it off on my doorstep and said if there was a problem with my box to contact them. Something had happened to it. I swear to God, 5 months out of the year, something has happened to my box. It always has like something, they sat something on it or something. So I opened it up to check and make sure it's okay. It's fine. What is a problem and what Boxycharm has sent a letter about was this blush palette right here. This is the Wander Trip for Two palette, and apparently it's in the wrong shade. Let's check that out, see how big of a deal that's gonna be. Because they just sent me an email tonight because they had originally sent me an email saying they were sending me a different product, which is what they said they were doing for the mix-up they had last month with the highlight, where they sent me 2 highlighters, 2 of the Ebates highlights in Celebrate that are way too dark for me, so even 1 was bad, 2 was just awful. But they are sending me a Natasha Denona, like it's a stick of some sort. I looked it up. I'm really excited to try that. I have nothing from Natasha Denona, so I'm super excited to try something. It looks like this, a very bright pink, and then a pretty dark bronzer. I'm assuming that's a bronzer. What's funny is I don't mind these dark pink blushes like this, and this bronzer isn't that bad. So even though this is a darker color, I'm actually not mad about it. I have super pale skin. A lot of times bronzers don't work for me just in general because they're too orange or too weird. This is not an orange bronzer, it's very neutral. So I just take the edge of a brush like this and knock some of it off and do this with it. And because that isn't super orange, I think it's gonna be okay for me. It is super pigmented, so you do want to be careful with it. One of my all-time favorite blushes is actually real similar to this and also super intense like that. True Beauty from CoverGirl blush that is like even darker than this. So unless this doesn't blend out, I think that it's gonna be fine. You're just gonna use a gentle hand with it. Yeah, the lighter colors would have been nice, but it is what it is. So I was expecting them to do the same thing they did with the Ebates Celebrate highlighter. Instead, they sent a thing tonight saying, for the people who got the wrong blush shade, we're getting $6 off the next pop-up. And that's all well and fine, but I don't buy from the pop-up all the time. Like, I buy occasionally from the pop-up, and granted, it's a really good deal, and yeah, you could have bought, you know, several things for $6 from it. I could have got a Big Ego mascara for free, which I bought 2 of. As you can see, it blends in fine. I'm not super mad, just because I can actually use this, unlike that highlight that I can't use at all. But I think these are super pretty. So if you did get this and you're like, oh my gosh, that's just way too dark for me, maybe give it a shot, because actually once you blend it out, and if you use a little powder, you can blend it even more. It's not too bad. They would make really big, huge, crazy shadows if you wanted to do that. The next thing I have is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Sleeping Mask. Now I bought this sleeping mask in a mini a while back and I loved it. This mask is amazing. People were really upset because on the home page for Boxycharm, they have this, and then this was coming in this month's box. And for some reason, people thought that the random assortment of like 20 items that were on there were items you were getting in this month's box, which it obviously wasn't. It had like the best of the best items from last year. And this is an item I got last year in my Boxycharm, and I do love it. It's an excellent mask. So I'm super excited to have this as well. I've had 0 issues with these. They make my skin feel really good in the morning. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, they're just all sorts of things. I really, really love these. So I'm excited about it. Granted, this is not full size. The full size, I believe, is about twice the size. So next up, we have what I did not want. Like, I was praying to the makeup gods not to get me this. This is the Pretty Vulgar Concealer. And I don't know what shade this is. It's probably their lightest shade. It's not going to work like an actual concealer. I can't use it for spot concealing. You can use this to contour with or highlight a little bit with, like if you're like doing different areas of your face. I also use a shade like this right here on my face to sort of get rid of the indentation look that I get there. But I was hoping not to get this. So everybody else wants these base items like foundation and concealer, and I'm just sitting here going, no, please God, no. And I can't even get me matched properly when I go to Sephora, and I'm sitting right there and surrounded by 20 different freaking foundations that ought to work, and they don't. So this, I was like, how is that ever gonna work? It's not as bad as it could be, but it's not my shade. We'll call it like it is. It's not. I'm gonna try it out with my foundation and see if I can get it to work. Just as like down in here a little bit and around my nose and stuff. That's about the most I'm expecting from it. So unfortunately for me, this is kind of a fail already. Next item is, this is the Grand Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with Castor Oil. This stuff, oh, I love Grand Mascara. I got it one other time in something, I think it was Boxy Luxe, and I'd never even heard of it. And then I like went to buy it. And this stuff can be really expensive, so I am super excited about this. And then last but not least, Ace Beauty Vintage Dawn. Now there were two different ones of this that you could get. I got the one I wanted, yay! So I'm kind of over the warm neutral palettes right now. This still has some neutral in it and everything, but it has the blue and it's got these oranges and stuff, and I'm excited about that. So we're gonna do a look with this and see how it goes. Yeah, there's no base shade in there, which is fine with me. I'm good with it. So I'm just gonna grab my Tarte palette. This is the BU palette. I just put up a video today, and I'm just taking a base shade and putting that all over my lid. So I'm going to grab that orange right there and just start putting that in my outer corner, bring it in. Okay, that is super pretty. I'm going to pick up this burnt orange and just put that in my outer corner, blend it into my crease. I'm going to pick up this yellow and just sort of blend around that. So I'm going to take Sun, and I haven't been telling you the names of these. I used Horizon, which is the bright orange, Daybreak, which is the bright yellow, and then Grand Canyon, which is this gorgeous burnt orange. Now I'm going to use Sun and clean that up on my finger. I'm going to take a little bit of Golden Hour, which is this like orangey, sparkly color, and just put that in the center. Almost feels like it has glitter glue in it. Strange feeling. And I'm back. Okay, let's do that lower lash line and see how this turns out. So far, I'm really liking this. I think it's super pretty. I'm gonna take this khaki green on a tiny little brush. I'm just blending it in a bit. Cactus. Oh, I am so in love with that shade right now. I'm going to take Serengeti, which is just a super bright gold shade, and on a really tiny liner brush, I'm going to pick that up and stamp that right under the lashes. So I'm just taking this and I'm drawing it over the top of my black eyeliner. I'm not going to open the Grand Mascara because I have several eyeliner mascaras open. And as much as I want to use it, I just can't. So I'm just grabbing my new favorite lipstick. This is Queen Bee from Tarte. It's their Sugar Coat Velvet lipsticks. If you hate liquid lipstick and you prefer regular lipstick, the bullet ones, because they're creaminess, you're gonna love this. This is like a creamy lipstick in a tube. It dries down because it is a liquidier like that formula, but it isn't a matte, so it doesn't dry out your lips at all. In fact, it feels so good. It feels so hydrating. I'm pretty sure there's beeswax in there, and it's not sticky like a gloss. So many looks in this set. The other one also looked to have lots of looks in it. It was reds and stuff like that, which I'm really glad I didn't get because, like I said, I have a ton of palettes like that. This, though, is right up my alley. It's stuff that I'm going to play with and enjoy, and I'm looking forward to. And so far, all the shades I used today are just beautiful, pigmented, easy to use. I'm taking a very, very fluffy brush and picking up a little bit more of this pink. As you can see, it doesn't take much of that for me at all, but I do occasionally like a super pink blush. And this is a super pink blush that's beautiful. But I get that most people would hate this. I'm happy about it. So I got a $6 bonus coupon. If you got this and you're like, I hate this, and I only have a $6 coupon, I totally get it. If I had hated this, I'd feel the same way. Like, instead, I'm kind of feeling that $6 was for this because I hate this. I don't hate the formula, I don't hate the brand, I just hate the fact that I got a concealer that is not my shade. This month's theme was breaking the ice. The Pretty Vulgar Undercover Concealer, $25. Kind of up there for a concealer. It's up there with Shape Tape. It feels okay. It isn't like super coverage at all. I can still see my freckles, which when I use a lot of my concealers, I don't see them at all, so that's worrying to me. We'll see how it goes. The Ace Beauty Eyeshadow Palette. This is right now my favorite thing out of this palette. Or out of the box. I am obsessed with this particular palette. I think it's gorgeous, I think it's fun, I think it has lots of cool shades in it that I'm going to enjoy doing. I can't wait to do like an orange and blue look and stuff. Oh my gosh, so fun. If you got this and you hate it, I'm so sorry. I didn't swatch this. First row, second row. They're so pretty. Those up there is my blush and bronzer. Top row. Wow, I love this. I cannot wait to play with those blues. They're so pigmented. The Ace Beauty palette is $34.99. Mine is called Vintage Dawn. The Wander Beauty Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer. Again, they sent me the wrong shade. They gave me a coupon for it. It is $36. $6 coupon for that is kind of BS. Just send me another item. The Glow Recipe Sleep Mask is $22. Excellent, excellent stuff. I've had it before. I really, really like it. If you are lazy and just want easy skincare, sleepy masks are your best friend. And then the Grand Cosmetics Intense Grand Drama Thickening Mascara is $25. I am obsessed with the first Grand Mascara I got that I used all of. I cannot wait. I'm almost out of my big ego. I've been using it for a couple months now, so it's about ready to hit the bin, and when it does, I am diving into this bad boy. So that was what was in my very late, very squished Boxycharm. I knew it was gonna be late. I didn't actually order it till after the first of the month, so no shocking there. I am super excited about it. As always, I love Boxycharm. For me, it's worth it. Like I've said before in videos, if you are not getting the value you put it in the box, out of the box, of products you really love and will use, like for me, 22 bucks for this. This is 25, so we'll totally use that. This is 25. I will be using that. And this is 38, and I am obsessed with it. I'll use it some. I'm not going to use it every day. There's just no way. That bright pink, I want it sometimes. I love bright pink in the winter on my cheeks. The one thing that I'm just like, is the concealer. I didn't want the concealer. I'm not happy with the concealer. I don't love the concealer shade I got, unless magically they managed to get my exact shade match, which, holy shit, if they had managed that, they'd be like unicorns. I knew it was gonna happen. I'm not shocked. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of my Boxycharm. Talk to you guys later. Bye!